Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I will be doing my grand final tips and predictions. That time of year has come right around again, the last weekend of September, where two of the best teams in the AFL season clash head to head to go for the Premiership. And yeah, what a game this is set to be. Now, I will be just going through the quarter time, at the end of every quarter scores for the game, just to make the video a bit longer. Otherwise the video would be quite short. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the video. Just really quickly, we'll go through the preliminary finals results. On the Friday night, Sydney and Port Adelaide. Sydney got the job done comfortably there by 36 points. Port started strong in the first quarter, but Sydney were able to handle and not let the pressure get to them, and they managed to kick away and book their spot in the grand final. And Sydney just looked the better team the entire night, and Port just couldn't really find the answers to how Sydney were putting the pressure on in their run through the middle and stop star players that started them, like Isaac Heaney, Chad Warner, Errol Goulden, all through the middle for that night. Joel Amati had a night out, kicking 3 goals. He had a spectacular night and really contributed to the win to get them into the grand final. Next, we had on the Saturday night, Geelong and Brisbane at the MCG, and what a win that was for the Brisbane Lions to get into the grand final. Against all odds, they had to do it the hard way. They had to go most of their finals campaign away. They beat the Blues at the Gabba earlier in the final series. Then they came back from 44 points to beat the Giants down in Sydney. And then they crusaded over the Cats and didn't look very good at half-time for the Lions. They were down by 25 odd at half-time, and I think the margin got up to 25 points. But anyway, it was something like that at half-time. But the Brisbane Lions, they just came back and kept giving all they got at the Cats. And luckily for the Lions, they were sort of inaccurate and they couldn't use the best of their opportunities. And then the Lions through Calamachi and Cam Rayner kicking the final 2 goals to lock in the spot for the grand final. But that was the prelim, and that was the prelim results. Now let's get into the grand final. So the grand final of the 2024, we've got Sydney taking on the Brisbane Lions at the MCG at the traditional 2:30 PM time slot. Now what a cracker this is set to be. Sydney been the team to beat all year. They were unstoppable until about the last end of the season, where they picked up 5 losses over a span of a month and a bit. But they were able to pick themselves back up. And the Lions, to be in a grand final from where they were at the start of the year, being 2-5 after round 11, they're now in the grand final. They won 9 in a row throughout the second half of the year, and they're currently on a 4-game winning streak from round 24, beating Essendon, and then the final series. Unlucky from the Lions not to finish top 4. They were actually projected to finish second spot or top 2, but they obviously fell short and choked in the games against the Gabba and Collingwood at the MCG. They're unlucky, but they got 5th spot, a respectable spot, and especially to get into the grand final from that and doing it the hard way and having to win 2 games on the road and is absolutely remarkable. But obviously very hard game to tip, but at quarter time I have the Brisbane Lions leading by 2 points to break. Sydney Swans 23-3-5 and the Brisbane Lions 25-4-1. I just think Sydney, the pressure will be hot in the first quarter, obviously due to being a grand final, and I feel like pressure will be high and a few goals will slip away. But I think the pressure will be on Sydney a little bit more, especially playing both their finals at the SCG and having to come to a ground where they haven't played a lot in this year, but they have a big solid MCG record here. And with the Lions, they've they've played the MCG last week against the Cats, so they have experience coming into the grand final. But it'll be definitely hot but I see the Lions just being a bit accurate and then lead by 2 points. At halftime, I've got the Sydney Swans leading it by 7 points, 53-8-5 to 46-7-4. I feel like Sydney will get their mojo back on in the second quarter and dominate most of that quarter. The Lions have been a bit shaky. They've been really good in the first half of their games, but I feel like of late their second quarters haven't been their best. I just feel like the Swans will overcome and come back and be better and kick a bit more straighter, where the Lions will pick up a couple more behinds. But yeah, still a very close contest leading into halftime, but I have the Swans leading it by 7 points. The big Premiership quarter, heading into three-quarter time, I feel the Sydney Swans will trail the Lions by 9 points at the three-quarter time break, 71-10-11 to 80-12-8. I feel like the Lions will power run in the third quarter. They're a very strong third quarter side. They've shown that the past couple of weeks, especially against Geelong, where they came back down from 25 points, and against the Giants as well. Well, they weren't that great in the third quarter until about the last 5 minutes against the Giants. But anyways, I feel like that. I feel that the Lions will kick back on, but it's still a pretty heavy contest. I think it's going to be a shootout in the third quarter, but I have the Lions leading it by 9. For the 2024 Premiers, winning the game by 4 points, I have the Brisbane Lions winning the 2024 Premiership 83-12-11 to 87-13-9. I feel like it's going to be a very close final quarter. Obviously, the Lions just kicking a 1-goal one and Sydney kicking 2 goals in that one. I just feel like it's going to be very close in that last quarter. I feel like it's going to be nervousness build up, pressure, amazing pressure from both sides, and I just feel that the Lions, with their lead leading the three-quarter time, I think that 1 goal will just be enough, and it's going to be incredibly high pressure and some mistakes in that final quarter for both teams. But I feel like the Lions will just hang on there to win their 4th Premiership in their history. And I think the Brisbane Lions, they deserve it, especially after their loss to Collingwood in the grand final last year. I just feel like they'll want to redemption that. They've come a long way for redemption. They don't want to let it slip here. So I feel like the Lions will just get it over a hungry Swans team. It's been great all year, but I think the Lions will win it. And for my Norm Smith medal prediction, after all that thrilling game, I think that a young star that's been great for Brisbane all year, I feel like he'll have a standout in the grand final, especially after last year's grand final. Didn't play the best in. I'm going to say Cam Rayner wins the Norm Smith medal this year. I feel like he's going to play a much better game. He's going to kick a couple goals and he really helped Brisbane toward this Premiership glory. So yeah, I'm just going to go Cam Rayner for my Norm Smith. I feel like some Sydney players are really close to that too. I feel like Isaac Heaney will have a really big game, especially after he can't win the Brownlow after the suspension. I feel like he'll be hungry to really perform in this grand final. I feel like Heaney will also be a strong contestant, but I think Cam Rayner will just pull it here and win the Norm Smith for 2024. Hey guys, that was my video. That was the 2024 grand final predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed. My vlog for the Geelong vs Brisbane preliminary final should be out sometime tonight, maybe. We'll have to see. It takes a while to edit, but it should be out tonight. But anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Trying to get to a fair decent goal of 50 subscribers by the end of the year. Hopefully we can hit that. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.